So, how do we solve the white settler problem? I don't know. Was there something wrong with this white settler's body at 57 years of age? I'm not a gym buddy. Why is there a white settler problem? Because I agree. There's a white settler problem. It ain't me, babe. No. Was I a white settler? Yes. I was born into a white settler family. Yes. Did I settle here? No. In the 3D story, I don't know. My grandparents. Maybe great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, but only so many generations go back, and then it goes over, according to the 3D version, over to, the old country, whatever it was. But what exactly is it about me that you don't like? The white settler. Well, what is a white settler? To a negative Nancy, a white settler is a white person who's a Paki. White, but Paki. A white Paki is a white settler. So a Paki is a settler. A settler. Well, did they come from Pakistan and settled here on Turtle Island? In 3D world, yes. In a 5D world, they manifested an avatar here in Canada, and maybe they're working at the gas station. But the key part, whether they're, whatever it is settler in this talk, because this is about Pakistan and the white settler. Because the white people that you see, that you call white settlers, I call them Pakis. Because they plug in low on the scale of human consciousness, and then they manifest an avatar that you call a human person, a low vibe tribe person who's a demonic person. It's not soul, it's their damn self, their devil. That's what happens. So, I don't know, it's just that the Brahmin class in India, they look down at the top class in neighboring Muslim Pakistan. Neighboring countries. But the Hindu, which is a larger population of Hindu in the area than Muslim, but they're both enormous. I don't know, over 1 billion people in India, and I don't know, probably over 300 million in Pakistan. And then they had East Pakistan, which was renamed to Bangladesh, with probably another 300 million people. So I don't know, upwards of 1.5 billion people that fall into these, in the Western mind, because I've never been to Pakistan or India, and the 3D world, that just doesn't seem to be in the cards. But, well, it's just that people who are at low levels of consciousness see things in the 3D frame of reference, which is command and control, and building an enormous treasure chest of money so that I can live a heavenly lifestyle by getting other people to be my renters, because I got passive income, because I bought up a bunch of properties that are really not suitable for me, and I rent them out to other people. So, I don't have to work or whatever, and then I get to bitch about them, whatever they're doing about my property, even though permanently that's where they're going to live. So I'm permanently the laird, the lord over these people, because by rights they should have a place to live of their own in a 3D world of private property. And clearly, in 2022, we still haven't solved the problem in any ways. So this is the white settler problem. This is the capitalist problem. I don't know, whatever you call it. The problem, again and again, is low consciousness people. By choosing low consciousness because they choose to be brainwashed by the media. No, you were born as an infant into this immersive experience of this place the way it is. So, the white settler problem is the same problem I call the fuckface. Or another term is Stan Packy. Or Armis, the devil from Star Trek The Next Generation who killed Lieutenant Yar. All examples of horrible choices for humans to make as magic beings that create their own reality, but become so low on the scale of human consciousness that they fall into this 3D trap of the Matrix. Because that's what this Matrix is. It's you manifesting what Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne and Carrie-Anne Moss gave you in about the year 2000. The manifestation of what you think is modern day Earth. But it's a shit sheep. What is that? I don't know what a shit sheep is. I don't know what that means. But it's shitty, isn't it? And it's still shitty. And it's very hard on people. People like me who don't even want this, don't want to manifest this. I don't want this. I want heaven on earth. And I get day after day, I wake up and I got this 3D fucking disaster. Bob Marley calls it Babylon. And he goes, Babylon by bus. Because I got to ride the bus. Because I'm a poor black man. You know, and everywhere I look, my island of Jamaica is owned by either white Jamaicans, who call themselves Jamaicans, but you know, Edward Siega is like a lighter skin tone. And this is the way it is in India. You know, the Dalit, Dalit, I don't know how you spell it because it's in Hindi or something, but D-A-L-I-T, the Dalit is the person who's the garbage man who deals specifically with human shit. And that's the lowest of the low caste. And the highest caste is the Brahmin, who is supposed to be the enlightened person, but quite often, because it's family related, then you just get a fuckface person who's born into this family, which was considered a Brahmin family, because why? I don't know, but that's the way they think in India. And the people that are Pakis, but you know, they're Hindu Pakis, Pakistan, but he's a Hindu. And if he's in the right family, it's a 1% family, or it's a religious family or whatever, and you know, he's automatically in the Brahmin class because his last name is Joe Brahmin. And then, you know, he's a 1%er in the spiritual community, but he might not be a 1%er because the mercantile class has got other Pakis that are, you know, Hindu, but you know, they're all Pakistan. And Pakistan from Pakistan, Stan Packy from Pakistan, well, yes. And the Brahmin, who's a fuckface and has got an enormous ego because, you know, I'm the top caste in India, looks at the top of the Indian who claims that he's a Muslim, and he looks at that guy and he says, there's something wrong with you. Because in Muslim world, you don't have a caste system. And it's wrong, because clearly you do have people that deal in human shit, and then you got people at top that are blah, 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 blah. Look at me, I'm Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister forever in my family dynasty. One family rule over 1 billion people in India. Or Berlusconi in Italy. One person who owns the radio and TV, propagandized all of Italy, and he is the Emperor Berlusconi for so many years. Silvio Berlusconi. I don't know, I mean, all of this shit that you all hate, it's all white settler shit, and it's like, no, well, that's what you call it, but all these other names, Stan Packy, you got to wake up, Stan Packy, because, you know, whatever it is, it's always due to the same thing. People method acting at low levels on the scale of human consciousness. I don't know. Because a lot of gangster rap music is like, if you don't really listen to it as an educated fool. Because I'm listening to old Casey and the Sunshine Band singing, I'm your boogeyman, that's what I am. And when you look at him, and then you look at the video now, and we didn't see it. In those days, it was boogie and dance. But, you know, we're going to get busy or something later on. I don't know. In those days, it's kind of, you know, seductive or something. But modern day, you go and watch that video for Casey and the Sunshine Band, your boogeyman, and he's not talking about let's get up and boogie, get up and boogie and dance on the dance part. No, he is saying he is the devil, the boogeyman that lives in your closet in Monsters, Inc. You look at his face when he's singing and playing that music, and he is the boogeyman. And the boogeyman, strangely, can play music. Why is it? It's a hypnotic spell, hypnotic music. And they had that concert where recently, where I don't know, a rap concert where somebody died because it was a demonic killing. Because that's what it is. Worshipping demonic people. And if you don't have the discernment to really look at what Casey is singing, and he's singing, I'm your boogeyman, that's what I am. Let's get up and boogie with the boogeyman. And we're going to go in your closet, and I'm going to pull a Norman Bates on you, and I'm going to, psycho. I don't know. It's very horrific when it actually manifests in your community. It's beyond horrific, the stuff that manifests right here in Thunder Bay. So I want to get to the real root of the problem, about all of the horrible things that happen to people as people choosing to go low on the scale of human consciousness and choosing to be Lucifer and Satan and various other demonic names. And maybe, the name is your birth name. And you're going to blame your parents, but whatever. Because when you're born a 3D person like I am, if it's like you're immersed in being a muggle. And everything, you got to get money to buy it. And you got to have all these vaccination scars. And you got to have your checkup at the dentist. And he's going to find things. And clearly, human teeth aren't good because they're always getting drilled when you're a kid. Why? Because you're born into a very low consciousness planet. That's why it's called Prison Planet. Because people on this planet are dangerous. But higher dimensional beings apparently have their own place where they've got a veil between you and them. But if I raise my consciousness to 600 on the scale of human consciousness and I'm attacked, well, I don't have another universe that I can go into. It hasn't presented me. There's no portal I've walked through, so here I am. And then I'm just beating the drum like, raise your consciousness, everybody. Let go of your vindictive ways and that, the Glenn Close from, what was it called, where she was Fatal Attraction. Anything in you that thinks that that's an attractive thing to have happen to you, or you be it to other people, why do you want to be the evil queen from Once Upon a Time? And telling Rumpelstiltskin that you want to take everybody's hearts and go and put them in a vault. Well, when you closed your heart chakra to me, that's what you did. You handed your heart, you gave away your power as a creative being to whoever you think is the best person, the best advisor for you. And then you run my life, Justin Trudeau or Doug Ford. I don't want Skipper from Gilligan's Island truly running my province. I do not. And yet, that's what I read in the paper. Fit to complete. I didn't even know it was voting day because I don't pay attention to their fucking shit. And then I walk into stores and they got all this fucking they got the mask warnings up again. Why? It's the middle of fucking summer. Why? It's because of the evil of people paying attention to that fucking propaganda about this, that, and the next new fucking disease. You news fucking hunky junkies. And then you just, by sheer numbers, just sheer overwhelming numbers of people who choose to be sheeple and give away their power to the fucking mainstream media that they hear, that they know is lies, but then they put it in their heart and then it manifests as all the most horrific things that everybody blames on white settler. Or the white people are going to say, you name it, somebody who's not white. And if you're Asian, then the crime was done by somebody, but it wasn't an Asian. If it was an Asian, it was a South Asian. So, we're Chinese, but it was done by somebody from India. No, it was Stan Paki from Pakistan. The devil. That guy's a devil. That country's full of devils. Well, truth be told, Dr. Hawkins of Consciousness Research, again, we're giving away a part of the dogma, but somebody's got to go and be our authority figure so we have some ladder to climb out of hell. And Dr. Hawkins said, be kind to every living thing. And then somebody's going to say, well, I want to experience being tortured. But they don't put themselves out as the first victim of torture. No, they get a Dr. Evil thing in their head and they're going to learn occult means of attacking people like me. But it's all just the power of your intention. Evil, I'm going to be malevolence in my heart. And that's what I'm going to appear to everybody else. Well, when everybody chooses that, then there's nothing but a community of people who are permanently close when they're interacting with other people, right from the get-go. The madness of crowds. There's a book about the tulip craze of the 1700s, South Sea bubble. Just investors buying shit that wasn't even in their own country back in the olden days and investing huge sums of money in pyramids, those pyramid schemes. And people buy into them all the time because they don't have enough intuition to look into it and say it's a pyramid scheme and why do I want to get involved in something that's a loser? Well, I mean, when you live on a planet full of snaky people looking for snaky ways to get your Mookie money or get you or whatever jolly that they want to get, well, there's a million cunning stunts here and a million trappings. Why would anybody choose to live on planet predator or planet parasite and be not those two things? Then you're going to be the prey. So the people that want to walk out of the crab bucket got that crabs in the bucket problem that they just want to go and keep you down to the point where, there's a lot of foods that I can't eat, like Raisin Bran anymore, because the last time I had Raisin Bran, I was choked by remote control while I was having breakfast cereal. Prisoners eat bread and water. That's what I have. Bread with some peanut butter on it, small little bites. Because that's what it's like for me to eat under the demonic attack. Yogurt's a good one for me because I can get that down in a swallow and it doesn't get stuck in my throat like the Raisin Bran did when King Clancy was choking me. Those are the devils that are jerking me. This is what is out pictured on planet Earth. Low vibe tribe. Stop method acting you being anything other than higher consciousness. The truly authentic, lovable, ascended master version of you. The version of you that could really, really walk with Jesus without embarrassment. That's your soul. Your soul has no shame because it's already your soul. How come you don't experience it? Because you method act being a fuck-faced. Because you're vindictive. Yesterday you chose to wake up tomorrow as a vindictive fuck. So you went to bed vindictive. Instead of in this now moment doing what the alcoholic's going to say. I need to make a call to my sponsor because I'm feeling the temptation of needing to drink that goddamn stuff that ends up, I was puking my guts up and being sick for 3 days. It was a horrible hangover. And the only cure for it is hair of the dog. Decades me drinking booze. I know all about it. So, am I in recovery? No. Because it's not my choice anymore. Because I just keep surrounding your ego, and the next thing you know is like, you're not doing it anymore. You become the witness. And so, so why is it that Great Spirit allows all that? It doesn't protect me? Because he wants to educate all of you. Or she wants to educate all of you that you're choosing to be low vibe tribe when you close your heart and call it tough love. And then, oh, by the way, you get all the benefits of whatever it is when you go and buy up all the housing in Thunder Bay and become, passive income business owner. And then you become, you emulate the rich housewives of Beverly Hills. Your stupid alcoholic drunk ideas that somehow by dressing forever and forever and forever as Jennifer Aniston with the haircut, or Meg Ryan as the haircut, that somehow you don't appear as Karen to us. An insensitive clod with too much money and the fluoride stare because you got fluoride in your pineal gland, which blocks your connection to source, and you're pure demonic fucking devil, Karen. And that's the white settler. Brandon, President Joe Biden, why can't I get the words? Because this is what the low vibe people are doing. They're attacking me. Because that's what Satan does. Satan is just a horror. And you can't argue with Satan because Satan doesn't value logic. Head games is what Satan values, and he'll play a more educated head game for you for a long time. And then 14 months later, you'll see that the whole time then you thought you were given to think that he had changed his ways. No, 14 months later, he pulls the same stunt that he hadn't done in 14 months. Because he hadn't surrendered his ego. He hadn't gone on a daily spiritual path with the intention to fully surrender the ego to let his soul, or her soul, its soul, S-O-U-L, the divinity version of you to come through. So you have got to go and push the ego aside and say, fuck off, ego. All those things that want you to go and buy booze and eat meat. Everything, all those activities that you go to, like barbecues and visiting your friends or dinner club, all those things are directly linked to you eating meat and drinking booze. So those people need to be cut out of your life? Well, unless you're going to go collectively and say we're going to be our own Alcoholics Anonymous group. But, those people are all backsliders. Bill W. had to start somewhere as the first guy in AA. So, it's going to be, well, fuck it. I'm not going to go and be somebody who's going to give away my power and only go to AA if there's my friends going or my husband goes. Because, when you say my beautiful husband or whatever, Kathy Burrows Mallon, then, I find you as what? You're an accessory to your husband, Jason Mallon. So, I don't know. It doesn't sound like you're terribly impressed with yourself. And I'm not impressed with you. I find you a common dirt devil and stupid. And you're stupid by choice because you love to act like a fucking devil to me. Because you are a Malon, M-A-L, malalatet, malad. In French it means sickness. And that's what your name is, Malon. You put sickness on Thunder Bay with your real estate game, where the rich people keep buying up all the properties in the Monopoly game, and then me, I can't afford to live in Thunder Bay. I can't afford to live in Vancouver. I can't afford to live anywhere in Canada. Because you fucking egoic people perpetuate this egoic game called you're rich and I'm at Shelter House. So, that's not Christian. It's not Christian. So, if you're going to call yourself Christian, you're not. You're Satan. Because Christians are community-minded and they look at the big picture. And they build for the future. And the future is not going to have elite people with their own private, huge strip of beach in Shunya Township that is off limits to the personal support workers like me, who you expect to be there when you hit whatever that advanced age is, when you can no longer work on your own. And you need me to clothe you and to feed you. You've turned me into a slave, you sons of bitches. And I won't fucking have it. So, again and again and again, I stand in spirit. Good spirit. And good spirit is fucking angry. And I'm telling you again and again, motherfuckers, that there's no choice. Either you get bored. You get bored with me? Well, you get bored with me. Well, fuck, this is why you're on the timeline where you ended up in the lake of fire. That's why. Because you're getting in advance. Everything. Because day by day by day, if I don't talk to any of you fucking people because you cut me out of my life. So your damn self has done it. And Dr. Hawkins said your ego will kill you. And worse and worse and worse, your ego is going to winch you to the bottom of the lake of fire forever. Because day after day after day, I speak this into consciousness. And day after day after day, you fucking hear it. And you're still playing Lucifer and you're telling God to fuck off. And you're going to blame this unit, this vessel, for God. And you're going to call it the ego. Bobby Burr is the devil. And you fuck off because over and over and over again, I'm just being a reflecting mirror. Talk to the hand and look at in the mirror what the fuck you are. You, Scrooge. All you fucking people with tons of money or whatever it is. All the goodies, everything. You fucking glutton, you reptilian fuckface. You are the fucking problem because you fucking people are the white settler. So go fuck off. Because I ain't a packy fuckface.